Okay, so I want to dispel any myths today about things like eating carbohydrates after 6 o'clock. Is that bad for you? Is eating pasta bad, etc., etc.? I've got my dad here by the side of me who asked me the question: Is eating pasta at night bad for you? So rather than me just answer that question to him, I thought I'd just create something for you as well, and you might benefit from it. So let's start at the start with your body. Now you got to imagine you're not shaped like a square, but imagine that's your body, and every single day your body burns a certain amount of fuel, which is called calories. Calories are energy, and your body burns a certain amount of calories. Let's say you stayed in bed all day, you would still burn a certain amount of calories. So your brain uses energy, your liver, your lungs, they all, your heart, your intestines, they all use energy. Just to stay in bed, you'd use energy. As soon as you get up, that's called your basal metabolic rate, by the way. So I hate using generalizations because everybody is different, but let's just say you're a middle-aged guy who's 5'10" and weighs around 12 stone, just be like average guy who isn't average anymore because the average guy is actually around 14, 15 stone because we're all overweight. Anyway, let's just say you're an average guy. You will be burning, if you stayed in bed all day, around about 1900 calories. Okay, if you just stayed in bed all day. So if you ate 1900 calories per day, and that's how many you're burning, you wouldn't store any extra calories. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But you also wouldn't, quote unquote, lose weight because your energy in equals energy out, right? It's a simple balance on that.
Sequel.
So this is your body, and let's say this is your fuel store here. So every day you put in 1800 calories into these fuel stores here. Yes, mate. I've also got Jude with me, by the way.
Some water.
I can get you some water, mate, definitely. Okay, Jude's got his water. Let's get back into here. I completely forgot where I was. But this is your fuel stores, right? That's how many, that's all your fuel that you put in per day. And let's say you burn that per day, okay? So your weight would stay the same. Now, let's say some days you put less fuel in than you're burning. So if you still burn your 1800, you don't get out of bed, and you only put this much in here under here, what eventually your body would do is it would go to its fuel stores and use that as energy to make up the difference. So if you're 12 stone and you burn 1800 calories a day, if you cut out 500 calories, so you then only eat 1300, your body still needs 1800 from somewhere. So it's going to get the other 500 from the stores, which will most of the time be fat. Okay, it will take the fat from your body and use that as fuel. Sometimes it will use protein to the muscle, sometimes it will use the carbohydrates in the muscle, but without getting too complex, it will use the fat. Okay, then let's say you did that for a week. So every day you had 500 calories into your body less than your body was burning. Over a week you'd have a deficit of 3,500. 7 5s are 35. Yeah, 3,500 calories. Science says for every 3,500 calorie deficit you have, 1 pound of fat goes from your body.
Okay.
Yeah? So if you want to lose 12 pounds, which is a stone, or is there 14 pounds?
14 in a stone.
14 in a stone, right? So you want to lose 14 pounds or you want to lose a stone. All you've got to do is have a deficit of 500 calories every single day for 14 weeks, and you lose a stone, right? That's simple weight loss. So, is eating pasta at night bad for you? We'll come to that one in a second. Let's quickly look at fuel stores. So, like I said, you've either got, so this is your muscle here. Let's say you've got muscle on one part of your body, and then you've got some
Granddad.
fat. Say that again, mate? I was talking to Grandad. So while Jude's talking to Grandad, I'll talk to you. I know my muscle over there, the M looks like an F, but it's a sideways M. So let's do the fat sideways as well, like this. Very, very in-depth, high quality technology we're using today. We're using paint to do this. So you've got muscle on that side, you've got fat on this side. Your muscle stores are filled up with carbohydrates. So your muscle stores energy in the form of carbohydrates and protein. If you exercise your muscles, you eat protein, your muscles will grow. Okay, and then where does fat come from? What happens with the fat? Fat basically comes from you topping up your stores of fuel here. So let's say you're burning 1,800 calories a day, you're eating 1,800 calories a day, and then all of a sudden you go on holiday, or it's the holidays, or it's festive period, or birthday, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, for a week, you have an extra 500 calories every single day, let's just say, although most people when they go on holiday they have a lot more. If just had 500 calories extra a day, so you're now consuming 2,300 per day, let's just say, and you stayed like lying on the sun lounger, so you're not actually burning any more energy. What happens to those extra 500 is they need to go somewhere. So those extra 500 calories need to be put somewhere in your body. That's just what they do, right? We can talk about like waste and where it goes and everything, but it needs to go somewhere. First of all, it'll check if your muscles have got space, right? Because your muscles, you can kind of use them. If you look at our ancestors, cavemen times, you need your muscle to move around, to lift things, to build things, to fight animals, to hunt for your dinner, etc., etc. So your body will be like, yeah, I need some energy in my muscles. However, if your muscles are full, then it then goes into your fat stores. Right? So if you've had 500, it'll check if your muscles are full. Most people's muscle fuel stores are full anyway because, one, they're eating too many carbohydrates, and two, they don't actually burn the fuel in the muscles. This stored carbohydrates only gets burned when you work at a high intensity, because carbohydrates and fat are both energy, but fat takes a lot longer to break down than carbohydrates do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to go into the molecular structure with that. It's a bit too in-depth for this video. So your body says, right, is he doing anything or she doing anything intense right now? When you go to move, is it intense? If it's not intense, the body will say, right, we'll keep the carbs just in case he needs to or she needs to sprint or run for something or quickly jump somewhere. And instead, we'll use the fat stores, right? So as the carbohydrates are usually full with people, the only place left is the fat stores. Now, on everybody, the muscles have a limited supply. Carbohydrates will also get stored in the liver. So the maximum amount of storage you can have at any one time with your muscles and your liver is around 400 grams. That's just a fact. Some people are less or more depending on how much muscle you got, right? But it's around 400 grams. So if you've already eaten 400 grams in the last week of carbohydrates and you haven't burnt it off, any extra gram of carbohydrates you have will overflow and get stored in your fat cells. Now, your fat cells are ever expanding. There's proof of that by TV shows that say Obese a Year to Save My Life or World's Fattest Man or whatever. Your fat cells will just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. They'll just keep growing and growing and growing. As long as you're putting fuel into your body that's more than your body's needing, your fat cells will just say, yeah, come into me. And you might think, well, that's damaging to my health. However, what your brain still does is it's still in caveman times. And in caveman times, you didn't know when the next meal was coming. If there was a harsh winter, you didn't know when the buffalo were going to roam again, you know? So what your body did would say, well, I'll store as much energy as I can. Doesn't matter how fat I get, because stored energy equals longer survival. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, is eating carbohydrates at night bad for you? Is eating pasta bad for you? Well, pasta is carbohydrate. By the way, it doesn't matter what time that you eat your food because your body does not know what time it is. Again, that's just a fact. I don't want to go into too in depth of that because I could spend forever talking about that. Your body has no idea whether it's 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the day, 2 o'clock in the morning. Your body doesn't know what time it is. Your body will always do with food what it just does with food anyway. So whether it be 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, if you eat a carbohydrate, whether it's the morning or night time, if your muscle stores are fuel and you don't need the carbohydrates, it will just get stored as fat. So when people say, oh yeah, you need, advertising companies, cereal companies, breakfast bar companies say, fuel your day with carbohydrates, unless you burnt off the carbohydrates the day before, you've got the fuel there. It's like filling your car up at night and then like a petrol company saying, oh, you need to fuel your car in the morning. It would be illogical because you've already filled it up the night before. And most people eat carbohydrates the night before when they go to bed, right? They usually have like a pasta dinner, or they have like potatoes, or they have chips or pizza or something like that. Or rice.
If you eat late at night and you go to bed, then you're not burning it, are you? So that's what I was wondering, if it sits there.
Yeah, that's what most people think.
The following day.
But here's the deal, right? If you don't eat anything through the whole day, nothing at all, yet your body still needs 1,800 calories every single day to survive. If If you only eat 700 calories, you can have 700 calories of Mars bars in the evening. Your body's still then going to take it and go, right, because I haven't had anything today, I'm going to put it where I need to. So I'll take the sugar from the Mars bars and I'll put the sugar where the sugar needs to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the fat and very, very little protein. Obviously, other chocolate bars are available. So this is what frustrates me so much about what you see on TV and reading magazines, and you hear so much about, is people say, oh, you can't eat late at night because your body's not burning it off. In one instance, it's true, you're not burning that much energy when you sleep, as opposed to when you're going through the day. However, your body's still functioning through the night. It's still functioning. And I was just having a conversation.
Only minimal though, isn't it?
No, it is only minimal compared to what you do in the day. But then again, you look at what most people's lives are like. Most people get up in the morning, they'll sit down while they watch TV or the news and they eat their breakfast. Then they'll sit in their car to go to work. Then they'll sit in the office at work. Then they'll sit in the car on the way home. Do you know what I mean? So actually, some people might even be more active in bed than they are through the day, right? So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, common sense would say, well, we move more in the day. Because you're quite an active person, you do anyway, you know? But a lot of people don't. So that's why it really doesn't matter what time of day you eat. So to answer your question, is eating pasta at night bad for you? It is if you've had your daily amount of calories.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're not trying to lose weight or gain weight, you just want to maintain.
Yeah.
And you're, let's say, with all the work that you do, let's say that you did burn... Let's pull the string on Woody. Here we go. We're going to have a rendition from Woody in a minute. I think his batteries have died, actually. Yeah, his battery. Jesse might work.
No,
he sounds like he's in a swimming pool. Yeah, because you're so active and you've got a bit of muscle on you just because you've kept fit all the way through your life, what you'll do, your body will require around 2,500 calories per day. So then when the government comes along and say, oh no, the average male is 2,000 calories a day, that's wrong for you personally anyway, because you need 2,500. So if you ever get days where you just feel tired and you think, oh, I need a coffee, it's probably just because you need more energy going into your body to supply you for what you're actually doing. It's like trying to say to a car, I need 30 litres worth of fuel out of you on 20 litres of fuel. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't do it, right? That's where most people are. They're probably not actually eating enough. Jesse's joining in. So that's where, like, a lot of people could be, that they're not actually eating enough. Most people are eating too much anyway.
Yeah.
But to say, like, if you need to eat 2,500 every single day, and you've only eaten 1,100 through the day because you've been so busy, having a 1,000-calorie meal in the evening is not bad for you at all. So don't worry about that. Yeah. I could go into about how do we burn this fat, but I'm not going to in this video. I'll keep that for another time. So can you eat pasta before you go to bed? Yes, you can.
Depending on
what you've eaten through the day, what your personal goals are. I mean, if your goals are to lose fat, not you, but like anybody listening or anybody, if your goals are to lose fat and you've already eaten your quota for the day in calories, then no, it's not very good for you. It's not ideal for you. It's not going to get you the results you want. However, if you want to maintain, or you want to lose weight, or you want to put on weight, and it still fits in with your total amount of calories through the day, then fit it into your diet. So yeah, enjoy your pasta, eat your pasta. Just keep an eye on maybe what's going on with weight and energy and stuff. Great question. I hope that's helped you, Dad, and the listeners. Thank you very much, everybody. And post any questions you've got, by the way, underneath this video. I don't know if you can still hear me because Jess is having a whale of a time by the side of me. And I will speak to you all soon. Take care.